Welcome to Grind Time. I am Josiah, and this is Derek. We are here because we want to spread positivity and we want to have some sort of influence over a generation who seems to be a bit lost. And we're here to help motivate and inspire young men and women, but our main purpose is men. We believe that the children coming up right now are in need of a better influence than what they are getting at home for the most part. There's a lot of parents out there who may not do the research and read the books and do what we've done and really search for the best answer in life. So we're here to inspire young men to basically become the best version of themselves. And we're going to do so by not only taking our experiences and the knowledge that came with that, but we're going to take the knowledge and experiences from other people. We're talking about the David Goggins, right? How to work hard. We're talking about the financial guys, right? We're talking about the real estate guys. All these guys who have so much to offer in their podcast, but also their books. Not many younger guys read books, and we've read a lot of these books, a lot of the self-help books, that are kind of like for older people and blah blah blah. No, it's the same stuff they're saying, it's just on paper. And so I think that kind of sums up what we're kind of here for. You have anything to add?
Yeah, so, essentially something we kind of just want to hit on real quick today, Derek. Things are changing pretty rapidly in this country, in the world, in this economy. And now is the time where you want to be absorbing as much knowledge as possible. Because knowledge is power. Of course, money, influence, those things come along with it. But in this world, with how technical and how deep issues seem to go, you want to be as smart as possible, and you want to be able to solve as many problems as possible. Because ultimately, creating a good life, building money, building good relationships, begins with being able to solve problems. Mm-hmm. So, be prepared. There's a lot of things that are going to be changing in the financial space, the real estate sector, and we have been absorbing a lot of knowledge and applying a lot of it to our lives over the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And we kind of want to share it with you, and we want, to share our experience with what we're doing to better ourselves and apply these things into our lives to make our lives easier, better, and ultimately build a beautiful future for ourselves. And we want to bring you along and kind of show you what we're doing, and hopefully it'll help you. Hopefully you'll get some value, and hopefully you'll get some guidance out of it.
Yeah. So what would you like to talk about today? Because we have a little bit of time before we have to go somewhere.
Right.
But we want to provide you with some value in this short intro video. Because that's what we're here for. We're not here necessarily for us. We're here for you guys. And so what do we kind of maybe want to touch on?
Something that's kind of interesting. I forgot who said it, but I was listening to a podcast, and he mentioned, be very careful about the content you consume. Obviously, so many people today, they get caught just finger effing their phone, just scrolling and watching a bunch of meaningless stuff. If you're going to consume content, get some value out of it and make sure that it's something that's beneficial, that's going to, help you, something you can learn. I love watching on YouTube. I love clicking through videos. I love doing that stuff. YouTube is probably my number one social media app. I'm on that most of the time. But that's because I'm watching educational information. And I think, Josiah, you can attest to that too. You're very careful about the content you consume.
Yep.
And you want to make sure whenever you're listening or watching something,
yep,
you want to be learning from it.
I absolutely agree. I think that you need to ask yourself the question, is what I'm consuming building me up into a better person and into the person that I want to become? Or is it tearing me down? Is it belittling me? Is it making me want to compare myself to XYZ? Is it building my confidence? Right? Do I go on Instagram, let's say, and does it build my confidence? Does it build my self-esteem? Does it build my self-awareness and my awareness of my peers and everything that's going around me in the world? Is it really a net positive in my life? And if it's not, then you should probably not be doing it. And that's just the straight up truth. So Derek, what can we do when let's say we have to the normal guy out there, you probably have Snapchat, Instagram, you probably have Twitter, Facebook, MySpace.
TikTok.
I mean, you got everything. TikTok,
Yeah.
Schmickbach. I mean, there's a whole new sector. I don't even know. But what would you say to the guy out there who has all those things? What if they say, well, Derek, I don't want to get rid of those things. Why would I get rid of them? I know there's some bad stuff on there, but how can I monetize it to where I only take in good things?
Right.
Because I may tell you, hey, you guys should delete, social media because it causes XYZ, depression, anxiety, all these things. But then you might go, hey, well, Josiah and Derek, why do you have an Instagram account called Grind Time and a YouTube called Grind Time where you're, showing guys, some game and whatever? It's different, right? It's different when I'm scrolling through pages of models and baloney on Instagram, or if I'm uploading meaningful content for someone else to get value from it. So tell me, how can a person who's not creating the content consume only good content? How do you do it?
Yeah, I can't attest really at all to Snapchat or TikTok because I'm not on those platforms. I haven't been on Snapchat for about 2 years now, more than that probably. But I think Snapchat is, I don't know, not a big fan. But I think take a fucking detox for a little bit, So delete Snapchat, delete TikTok, just do one day and just see, you'll realize really quick how addicting it can be and how much time you truly do spend on your phone. But also the other thing too is why are you going on your phone? Are you just trying to pass time? And if you're trying to pass time, well, what are you passing time for? There's always something you could be working on. And maybe during that block of time, you do want to, work on your finances, or you want to work on, good goals. Or maybe, I love doing this, maybe you're doing some chores around your place and you want something to listen to kind of in the background. But what is it? Are you always listening to music? Or, maybe you could put on something a little educational. Just going to list off a few names. You can find videos and things on YouTube that'll, definitely uplift you, and you'll probably learn something from it. TD Jakes. I know Josiah loves TD Jakes. He loves listening to him. Tony Robbins. He's good. Everybody should know his name.
That's a good basis.
Yes.
It's a good basis for what he's talking about. Tony Robbins, well-rounded advice.
Yep. And now another one that I really like, probably one of my favorite persons to listen to, Earl Nightingale. Very, deep, smoky voice. But he has a lot of authority behind what he says, and what he says is absolutely true about you become what you think about. You do kind of have to manifest your future, but you also have to, put your intentions forward and really have a clear goal in mind, a clear vision, a clear picture. Where do you see yourself in 5, 8, 10 years? What do you want to be driving? Who do you want to be with? Where do you want to be going? What assets do you want to have? And you need to think about that, and then you need to work towards that. But if you're kind of just in zombie mode, just floating through life, not really focused on anything, you're just going to go where the river takes you, and 9,999 times out of 10,000, you're not going to go where you want to go. People don't end up where they want to be on accident. So be intentional.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe something to add to that, going off of the Earl Nightingale, and I think, I'd like to think that most boys and young men and men have at some point came across, the Tony Robbins, came across a video, if you have social media here and there, right? On TikTok, I'm sure you've seen shorts of David Goggins going, run, stay hard.
Right.
I'm sure you've seen all this stuff, but have you just used it as little bits of motivation and inspiration in a moment in time? Or have you really dug deep and really taken what they said serious? Okay, it's one thing if I just see a TikTok video of David Goggins going, get your butt out of bed and go for a run at 4 a.m. and say goodbye to your fears and your night terrors and get stuff done. Or are you watching or listening to an hour and a half of him dissecting his own philosophy and explaining it for free to you so that you can say, I want to use this for my own life. I don't want to use this for my life. I'll take the good. I'll leave what I don't like, the bad, whatever. And I'm going to grow and learn from that. Now, I've listened to David Goggins before. And yes, it was very motivational at certain times. But the principles that he gives, there's many principles that a few people give, but him specifically have given to me, and I'm sure to Derek, about working hard. And you know what? I'll be honest, in my probably 3 years ago, when I started applying his work, his practice, his ideologies, some of them, I saw myself going for more runs, putting myself through harder physical training, wanting to work more hours instead of whining about, an opportunity to give overtime, and I just feel obligated if it was a work thing, and I just think there's a lot of people like that out there, that you could be getting value from, but maybe you're not, but maybe some of you are, but probably a lot of people out there are not, and that maybe that's another good point is to find the value. Take notes, guys. Take notes. If you come across one of these guys and you really feel a little shooken up, and you feel like, whoa, something about what they just said was true, whether it comes from us or from other successful people in this world, whatever it is, you need to write it down and apply it to your life. I don't care who it came from, who said it. If you felt in your heart like, wow, I'm going to try this out, and you try it out, and it turns out it's true, and it works, or whatever, do it and write it down. And that's a good start, a good basis to improving your life and getting to where you want to be.
Yep. For sure. So yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of like you said. I hope everybody's come across a video like that where they kind of had an aha moment. But was it just that moment, or did you, expel forward some intention? But I think the biggest thing, we're here to build value. We're gonna have different topics every week, and we kind of just want to share some insight, and we're not 100% sure the exact direction that this is going to take. Some weeks we might be going over articles that we see. We might be talking about certain videos that we saw. Yep. You'll probably be seeing some YouTube shorts, and our Instagram is going to be up and running soon. We're going to have a lot of content going out there, so be sure to like, subscribe. If you got any value out of this video, please share it with friends or people that that could use a little bit of a boost and a little bit of some insight towards what's going on currently and how to be successful in this world.
Yep, we're here to support you guys. Our email will be in the description. Yep. Right, Derek? So if you want to email us, if you have any questions or anything you want us to talk about, this is our first official out being of
piece of content
that we're providing for the world right now, and we've kind of been completely off of social media for a long time, years. So we're ready for this next phase in our lives, and we want to, we want to share that with you guys, and we want to give you guys value.
Thank you.
Thank you.